Everyone's like, take that. Oh, yeah. If they just shut it down, that would be one thing that you could see.
Rip it out. I don't envy the HOA people either.
Hey Tim, how'd your move go? Did it? Good. Very good. I saw the pictures. Beautiful home. Did they? She's special.
We'll get this going. Do a call to order, roll call.
Yep. Mr. Schwank? Here. Mr. Price?
Here.
Mayor Carney?
Here.
Ms. Davis? Ms. McCoy?
Here.
Item number 2, the approval of minutes from April 17th.
A second.
Mayor Carney?
Yes.
Ms. Davis? Mr. Schwank?
Yes.
Ms. McCoy? Yes. Mr. Price?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move into communication.
Yep. Welcome everyone tonight. So yeah, we got a short meeting tonight. Kind of give you an update on for next month, kind of what we're looking at already. We will likely have potentially 2 new development concepts coming in for next month, and also a preliminary plan for the Alcott development that we reviewed last year. As of right now, that's what we got. We have one minor code change coming through. It's an error that we found in the code change language, so we have that coming for next month. We also potentially we may next month be having an additional special meeting that is going to be a joint council planning board meeting, but we'll get details later on as we get closer to that when that would be. Other than that, that's all I got tonight.
BZA, Ms. McCoy.
We do not have any application for this month, so do we know of anything for next month?
We do have one. We have a conditional use for next month.
Okay.
And council.
Yes, council is working through an economic development incentive policy so that if different developments want to come in and ask for a tip or work with us, we can have something in place that we can refer to, so we're not just we can treat each one individually, but this gives us a good platform and basis to work on with developers on, and also kind of gives the school district and the fire department and our other partners an idea of what our policy will be. The depot is being delivered tomorrow, so as you might see it come through town, and that will be an exciting venture. I think it's going to take this summer to get the base built, and we're still working with engineering on that as well.
Yep.
And the streetscape around on South Chillicothe, that is wrapping up. I know I saw all the pavers being placed today, and then I'm not sure when the light poles, do you know when they're going?
Yeah, that's the only thing that it will look complete minus the electric, but yeah, I think they're due in momentarily in this short run. So, but that'd be the only thing left on that part.
Everything's looking great, and then we have the Memorial Day parade kicking off at 10 a.m. on Memorial Day, and then the ceremony at Forest Grove Cemetery should start around 11, depending on how quickly the parade progresses. And so that is coming up here at the end of the month, and the pool opens not this weekend, but next weekend. So hopefully the weather will be much better than it is right now. And then that is on the community side. We're just working with getting more communication out and everything to residents, and trying to get plans in place to do more of like sending out quarterly newsletters. That is what I've got right now.
Next item is public comment.
You want to talk about anything in the public?
You represent all the
application that you have in front of you, is that what we're talking about? I assume?
Well, not yet, but if there's anything else you want to talk to other than this, is there anything you want to comment about?
Sure. No, the only thing that's really going on is the mural that is coming along. Jeremy Jarvis is probably about 3 or 4 weeks into the mural and is continuing to work at night a lot on just projecting the image and getting more and more detail into that image on the wall. And so it's going to be, because of the weather, it's kind of getting him a little bit behind, but he's still hopeful that once school's out, he'll be able to make up some of the time and should be done. He's hoping to be done sometime in the beginning to mid-June. So that's going to be a really exciting thing. And I know that Jason's going to be talking to me about, what would have possessed me to even do something like that and for the village and things like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to be able to have that for the village, and that is really exciting. That's the only thing really that, and Race and I are working on the arch over the alley. We're back on that project and have a new designer for that. The guy that does all of my signs has volunteered to go ahead and head that up because we can't, the one that Race had has just been hard to get a hold of. And so we're gonna go ahead and go with King Racing Designs, I think, on that project. So that's the other thing, but that's it.
Good, and I know a lot of people ask questions of like what the end of it is going to look like, and I know that it's going to be a great place to take pictures and.
Yeah, I think that's the goal, is that it's going to be, I think every town of significance has a photo opportunity on a wall somewhere and this one is going to be here in Plain City. And I think that, a lot of people will come here and that are traveling through the area. And we have tons of visitors already, and we're going to have even more that will stop and get their picture taken, in the covered bridge. And it'll have Plain City right there in the picture. So we'll get our name out even more than we already do. And that's kind of hard to believe because we already are very popular already, but it'll just become more popular. So.
Right into new business. Yep. UTR 24-1, Town Commercial Overlay District Review, alteration to the rear of the building at 251 West Main Street.
Yep, so this is a pretty simple review that we're looking at tonight, and this is a result of the DRB no longer existing, so exterior modifications to buildings in Uptown in that corridor district. Significant changes as far as installing or removing materials that are not existing. So a window for a window or door for a door same size is something we do administratively. In this case, we're installing a door where there is existing no door, so it's just an exterior alteration. This is on the rear of a building. This, for those who are not familiar, the 251 West Main, that is the old theater building there. So the rear of the building is where the door will be located, and this is will be facing Bigelow to the back. Mr. Dawson's here tonight, so if you have any questions about the project or the door, he'll be happy to answer any of those questions. Just what was in your packets.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You need access to the front of the building.
Yeah, overall, this fits in with the overall concept drawing that we already have going on, and we're in the process of getting quotes from 2 construction companies. However, in the purpose of the rear garage door fits into the whole scope of the use of the building, because we want to be able to have the ability to load in from the back of the stage, whether that is a dance recital, whether that's a small band, whatever. maybe that is going to be performing on the stage, or whether that's catering that's coming in. And we just don't, and for today's use though, we don't have a way of getting any of the construction material out of the building because all of the doors are too small to get bobcats in and out of the building. And we have a lot of cinder block and broken concrete that needs to come out of the building because they had built cinder block when they made it a movie theater. So they put that cinder block wall about halfway through the building. And so by taking that cinder block wall out now, we can't get there. We didn't think about too far in advance into how we're going to get, we thought we were going to just carry them out, but about 2 days into that project, we were like, oh no, that isn't gonna work. And we had lots of Mexicans over there were helping us, but it was just way too labor intensive. So we're gonna need, dump trucks and bobcats to get that out of there.
Would the intent be, after that is all done, to have a different door, or what does that look like after the construction?
After the construction, that garage door will still remain intact and still going to be functioning afterwards, even to be able to, like I said, to load, because the stage will be in the back portion of that building. And so right there in that area will be a loading ramp to get up onto the stage because the stage is elevated. And there's about a 4-foot walkway between that brick wall and where the stage ends. And so we're going to be able to use that as a way to get up onto the stage through a ramp. And then also on each end will be a catering and then a green room on the other side of that stage. And then there's a couple of windows and a glass block wall that we're going to be going ahead and using the brick that we have off of that we're taking off of that building, and we're going to use it, and by blocking and bricking shut those windows for security reasons, because those are some safety reasons. We want to close those and make a one-man door in the back also.
So they know there is a plan for the whole exterior of the building that will be coming, right? I mean,
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes.
So this is just, it's not temporary. It would be permanent, but it's not what the building is going to eventually look like. That's still going to come in for our review.
It fits the overall concept of the whole building, and it does fit our plan for the building. So it is going to be permanent on the building, but I just I don't have the luxury of giving you the whole entire elevation for the whole building yet, because we haven't worked on the elevation on the front of the building. We're working mostly on the mechanicals and everything that needs to be done on the inside, and trying to come up with a cost to redo that inside.
It was a garage door, a coiling door, or is it a garage door?
It's an insulated solid door, so it's not going to be glass door.
Just a swinging door?
It'll be a fold up. It'll be,
Yeah, like full overhead.
Yeah, like garage style.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's correct. No, it's not a rolling door.
In case, if anybody's ever, I don't know if anybody's ever been in that theater. I know I wasn't in there before. Now it's amazing how much room and space. It's very deceiving when from the outside when you walk in, you're like, holy cow, this is a ginormous space. So
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but AM Scott, they have their Mayflower in Troy, Ohio. That's 10,000 square feet, and our theater is 8,000 square feet. So we really are. We're going to have a pretty cool venue ourselves here in Plain City, and I know that they're really proud of their venue that has a lot of attractions to it, but so will we, and we're looking forward to getting it up and running too. So it is quite large inside, and we're taking it's ramped like an old theater was, and we're taking all that out so that it has a flat floor. It's pretty useless right now.
With that, I will motion to approve UTR -24-1 Uptown Commercial Overlay District Review Alteration to rear building 251 West Main Street and applicant Tim Dawson.
I'll second.
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Ms. McCoy?
Yes.
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Swank? Yes. Mayor Carter?
Yes.
One other thing I didn't know, did I come in front of this board to get the gas station rezoned? Was that?
Yeah, when we did the rezoning initially, yes.
Just as an update for the gas station too, we just dug 3 new wells because it had contamination when they initially went out and did a sample of the soil for Richwood Bank to finance that project. And so it came back contaminated initially. And so I changed environmental companies, and the new environmental company went out last week and they dug 3 wells, permanent wells, well, temporary permanent wells. And they go down into the ground 60, 70 feet till they reach groundwater. And now they're going to be sampling the groundwater. So the first sample, true sample, is going to be taken of that groundwater. And it's potential that that groundwater sample will come back and it's completely okay because it just barely reached over the state level reporting of contaminated soil. So there's a potential that it's not going to require any further action and we're going to be okay and 100% go ahead with your project and Richwood Bank will go ahead and finance the project. But if it doesn't, the maximum that's going to happen is we're going to have to test the groundwater every 3 months for 2 years, just to make sure that it's not getting worse. And so that's just where that project is. And if that is the case, I'm going to fund it myself with my own money, and I'm just going to do it with my own cash. So that project is getting ready to start back up too. So I didn't want you guys to think that gas station is going to sit there the way that it is for the next 3 or 4 years, and it's going to become a brownfield project because I'm going to go forward with it. It's taking a little bit longer because I'm having to wait because I have to go through this state process. There's no way around it. I have to go through the well process and digging the wells and doing the ground samples, and I've just had to wait this long to do all of those things because of the state of Ohio and the environmental companies.
So if it's privately funded, you will not, I mean, that looks differently than going through Richwood?
Yeah, just privately funded. It's just going to be. It's just going to cost me a lot more strain on my cash flow, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyways. And then once I get no further action required, then I can go back to Richwood Bank and pull my equity out of that land and that project, and just and I'll get my cash back then. But I'll just go ahead and forward all the money up. So.
What's that gonna be?
I'm sorry.
What is it gonna be when you're done?
The gas station?
Yeah. Is you gonna turn it back into a gas? I wasn't here for
Yeah,
that.
he wasn't here when he came through for rezoning. We have 3 new people on it.
Oh, okay. Tobin Service Center across from Rockford Homes, where the Rockford Homes are going, is where that's located. That's going to be an Amoco station.
Okay.
And so Amoco is threatening too. They want that up and running, and they're saying you need to start pumping gas. And so they're really pushing me to get. And they don't care if I pump 1 tank full of gas. They want those. The dispensers are already paid for. They're already sitting, waiting to go in. It's just, we have to get this process finished before we can start putting the sign up and the dispensers in and concrete work done and all that fun stuff. So it's getting closer, but it just seems like so many things take so much longer than what you think that they do. And it's frustrating sometimes, but you just kind of wait.
And that's a gas station, convenience store, and drive-through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got the garage doors all set and ready to go.
I mean, the property already, even though it nothing there, it looks 100 times better than what it did. And
Yeah, the storefront, all the new glasses on there, and we're going to be finishing the paint up the next few weeks, but that's just can't get any further than where we are right now. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much.